How fair were the Tokyo trials to Japanese defendants? How fair were the Tokyo trials to Japanese defendants? This question opens up a fascinating discussion about justice, accountability, and the aftermath of World War II. The Tokyo trials, officially known as the International Military Tribunal for the Far East, took place from 1946 to 1948. They aimed to hold Japanese leaders accountable for their actions during the war. A total of 28 defendants faced charges related to crimes against peace, conventional war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The trials resulted in 7 death sentences and 16 life imprisonments, while others received various sentences. However, many critics argue that the fairness of these trials is questionable. One major concern is the idea of victor's justice. This term refers to the notion that the winning side of a conflict imposes its legal standards on the defeated. Critics argue that the charges brought against the defendants, especially the charge of crimes against peace, were not clearly defined before the war. Another significant issue is the exclusion of key figures from prosecution. Emperor Hirohito, who played a crucial role during the war, was not tried. This omission led some to argue that the trials lacked completeness and fairness. Justice Radhabinod Pal from India famously rejected the tribunal's legitimacy, stating that the laws were created for revenge rather than justice. The tribunal was composed entirely of Allied judges, with no Japanese participation. This composition raised concerns about the trial's fairness. Some judges believed that including neutral or Japanese judges could have led to a more balanced understanding of Japan's wartime actions. The lengthy trial process and the sheer volume of evidence also made it difficult for defendants to mount a proper defense. The political context during the trials adds another layer of complexity. The geopolitical interests of the Allied nations influenced the selection of defendants and the charges brought against them. For instance, the United States had a vested interest in demonstrating Japanese culpability following events like the attack on Pearl Harbor. Despite these criticisms, the Tokyo trials set important precedents for international law, particularly regarding individual accountability for state actions. They inspired numerous subsequent trials across Asia and the Pacific, leading to thousands of convictions. However, the legacy of the Tokyo trials remains mixed, with ongoing debates about their fairness and the concept of victor's justice. In summary, while the Tokyo trials were a significant milestone in international criminal justice, their fairness to Japanese defendants is still a topic of discussion. Factors such as retrospective legal standards, the exclusion of key figures, the tribunal's composition, and political influences all contribute to the complexity of this historical event.